Welcome everyone, this is John, living in our 50s, and hope y'all are having a good day. Just got through mowing the yard. Not gonna weed eat. It's actually got cold. I got chilly and I'm wearing pants, sweatpants or warm-up pants, whatever they are. But as I was mowing the yard and I was kind of watching the birds and what have you, my wife's really into birds. How do you say that? But anyhow, I just thought, what if humans migrated? What if humans might, and some do, for better living conditions or better for a different kind of job, seasonal, whatever. Some older people, they migrate down to Florida, right? The snowbirds, don't they migrate down to Florida? I don't know what they call it, but it's kind of the same thing. And I got a bird up in there. Well, at least there's an egg up there in a nest. And last night when I came out here, a bird flew out of there. But I just thought, what if God really intended us not to settle? What if he intended for us to migrate and go all over, chase the 70s or whatever it is that, is your thing, maybe you want to chase the winter. I don't know. Maybe you want to just chase the heat. But birds, they migrate to better weather conditions. So, I don't know, I was just thinking about it when I saw something on the birds migrating. It's that time of year where they migrate through here. And so a lot of people will keep their front porch lights off and as many lights off on their property so they can migrate safely. Because we do have Hagerman Nature Preserve up here. So they come right through here. I guess that's a feeding area. There's a nesting area where they'll have babies and all that kind of stuff before they, head further north. Because it's a short window, usually like a month or two, of certain birds, like the painted bunting. My wife and I would love to see one. People see them around here all the time, but we have yet to see one. But I was just thinking, what if humans migrated? Is that something you would do? If that's the way we were meant to be, not to really settle, but to just keep moving. Because I was thinking about it, being in the RV business, there's people that chase the 70s, They go where the weather's sunny and 75. So they just, go around the country. That's a form of migration, right? I just thought that was kind of an interesting thought. And so, I've never considered that before, but maybe that's what we're supposed to do. So maybe this summer we should be in Canada, huh? Canada, eh? I mean, I guess it'd be kind of hard for me to go into Canada with a business truck. I don't know. I'd have to check into that. No, I'm not here to make any money because one time I drove over into Canada. I was in Detroit. I went underneath the river, whatever it was, and through the tunnel. Came out on the other side, and I was there for a conference. And so I had a rental car. The rental car had an Ohio plate. My license was from Texas. So they asked me, what are you doing here? I said, I just came to check it out. They kind of looked at me weird, and they didn't know I was at a conference, They're like, so you drove from Texas to Ohio, got a car, and then drove here into Canada? I was like, no. I'm in Detroit for a conference. So, it was just kind of a funny thing. And then I was mad. I was so distracted by that. I was mad because they didn't give me the stamp. I wanted that maple leaf stamp, and I didn't get one. So that kind of stunk. But what are some thoughts on that? About humans migrating. Some already do, but I mean to have to work somewhere. Now it's probably more doable than it would have been, even 7 years ago, before COVID. A lot of companies figured out how people could work remotely. So I just thought, there's some work you still just cannot do remotely. A lot of work you can't do remotely. So who would be left here in Texas if everybody could work remote? Wouldn't have restaurants, I guess. Wouldn't have, a lot of things would be affected by it. So obviously it's not a perfect plan, but what if everybody migrated up? Because there's plenty of room, but there's more to see in this country than just where you're 4 feet around you. There's a lot more to see where you're 4 miles around you. Some people, they never go further than 10 miles in their lifetime, as far as away from their home. And I just know that because of some people that I've talked to that they just never have, and had no reason to, I guess. Didn't know that there was a world outside of, Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas, whatever. But think about that. What would you do if you could just go wherever you wanted to go and work from wherever you wanted to work? Where would that place be? And I'd love to just work from Bora Bora year round. I could bartend or something like that, in Bora Bora. But what would be your place that you would love, that you would dream about, that you would love to just settle in at? St. John. There's a lot of these places that are more tropical, I'd like to go to. But then I also like the mountains. So, you can still move around and go to different places, I guess, It's just an interesting thought. I thought, let's bring it up on today's vlog. Where in the world would you go? What's your favorite or your bucket list place that would just be everything you'd want? Think about it. Put it in the comments. What do you think? Where would it be? What's going to be, and what do you think the most desirable place is in the world for people to go? I'm sure there's some places I don't even know about, So if you've been somewhere that is just unforgettable, put that down in the comments too. I'd like to know where people want to go. Do people think like we do? I love the mountains of Colorado. We've driven through the Smokies. I'd love to go stay and experience the Smokies a little bit. Alaska. I got some friends on their way to Alaska now in an RV. They'll be back in October. It's a long drive, y'all. But what's the place that, money aside, what would you like to go and experience? We tend to experience things in threes. We went snow skiing in Red River 3 times. I think we snow skied. I think I've already talked about this on here, but I think we only snow skied twice. I think the 3rd time we went was in the summertime. But, the Florida Panhandle, we went 3 times. Vegas, I think we went 3 times. There's a lot of things that we do. We do them just 3 times, and then we're done. Move on to something else, I guess. So I just want to leave y'all with that. What are some places that you've been that are just unforgettable? I've never seen the Grand Canyon. Love to go see that. Route 66. Been on part of it. I'd love to experience the whole thing. I think we're going to try to fit in this summer doing something on Route 66. It may just be like 3 or 4 days during the herd of hummingbird. 3 or 4 days during the week or something. But anyhow, drop in the comments. Where would you like to go? If you could live there for, say, a month and then move to another place. Maybe give me your itinerary. Where are the 6 places, the top 5, the top 10, whatever places you'd like to go? Put them down in the comments, y'all. Let's comment. Come on. You know, it's I'm in pants because it's cool. I said that earlier, but I think we're gonna have to get the blanket back out for the bed because it's just cool at night. These cooler temperatures, I just don't remember it being this cool this time of year in April. End of April. I mean, 1st of May is tomorrow. So, well, when you see this video, it'll be 1st of May. Vlog 118. It's crazy. Who would ever think that? Not me in a million years. Anyhow, I'm going to leave y'all with that. And, you know, if this is something you like, please like, subscribe. 90-something% of the people who watch these videos aren't even subscribed. Doesn't cost you anything. Go ahead, subscribe. It'll help the channel. All right. Like I always say, if the Lord wills, we'll see y'all in the next vlog. God bless.